Good evening, everyone. Amy here from Temple of She. I wanted to jump on tonight and talk to you a little bit about this idea of being witnessed and what it means to be witnessed and what is witnessing. And this came to me as I've started to go deeper into the work that I'm doing. And hi, Eileen. And seeing the power of what it does for women when they are held by other women, by a partner, by a circle, by a support team around them, and how that exponentiates their growth in the process that they're going through. So I really wanted to highlight the power of being witnessed and what that does, because as we go through life and we process things, fears, stuff, when things come up, we tend to hide. We go into hiding, we go into retreat. We don't want people to know. We don't want to show that we're suffering because it can be perceived as weak. We're scared of judgment. We don't want people to know what we're going through. So we tend to recluse when we're going through something. And we tend to try and process it on our own. But often what happens is we suppress it down further. So we actually don't do ourselves any good in the process. So one of the things that I want to offer you is this option of being witnessed in your suffering, in your pain, in your fear. And that is speaking out, asking for help, asking for somebody to witness you process what you are going through. And I have experienced this in its most incredibly powerful form, which was when I was on retreat last year with a program called Dancing Eros, which is a very deep, powerful work for women embodying the archetypes. And that was, for me, took witnessing to a whole other level where you actually physically had someone sit in front of you and watch you and witness you process something, witness you embody something, witness you go through things. And this is the same. You can do this on any level, whether you're physically witnessed or supported and witnessed with emotional support from a colleague, a sister, a team member, a mentor, anyone around you. And this goes for when you are going through a spiritual crisis, when you've uncovered a fear and you've hidden up a limit and you don't know where to go, and you're sitting in fear and it's so engulfing you don't know what to do. Rather than sitting in a hole and hibernating and suppressing that fear, you can reach out for help and be witnessed in your growth, be witnessed in your fear. And they don't have to offer advice. They don't have to offer you a solution. They don't have to fix the problem. The power is just in being witnessed. The power is being witnessed in what you are going through. And that alone brings a light to what you are feeling, what you are discovering, what you are processing inside yourself on whatever level that may be. So the power of witnessing, it sheds a light on whatever it may be that you are processing. And it, in itself, it may bring about another fear. But without fear, how do we grow? Without fear, how do we change anything in our lives? If we're forever sitting in our comfort zone, how do we actually change anything and grow and become the people that we want to be, fulfill our dreams, do what we want to do anything in life if we sit in this little comfortable place where nothing ever changes? So asking someone to witness you, whether that is just witness me as I go through this grief, just witness me as I process this new idea that I have, but I'm not sure it will succeed. Can you just hold space for me while I tell you all about my fear and this issue that's come up for me at the moment? It's reaching out and asking for help. So many women especially suffer in silence, and they refuse to reach out and ask their sisters for help, to ask their mentors for help, because for fear of judgment, for fear of being perceived as being weak and nothing else. Because there's this thing in our society that you have to suffer in silence, or that if you are a person who is a public figure or has a presence on social media, that if you voice what you are going through, you are perceived as weak. that you cannot be as successful because people then judge you for actually being human and processing your ego and having ego experiences. But the reality is we all do on different levels, and there are so many different ways to process those things. And one of the most powerful ways to crack the top off those fears is to be witnessed in it, to bring the light into it. Allow yourself to be seen in your most raw, in your most vulnerable, to allow yourself to be seen. That brings so much power to your true self to overcome that ego, because that is all it is. It's ego. It's just a fear. Fear is nothing but a pure thought pattern, a belief. It has no substance. It has no physical, tangible presence. Fear is just a belief, a thought pattern, a negative self-belief. And to bring your true self into the light by being seen by somebody helps you to overcome that thought pattern, because that is all the process that you are doing, no matter what it is. So that is what I wanted to bring to your attention about the power of being witnessed. And if you are going through something, if you are processing something, if something is coming up for you, to reach out and ask to be witnessed, to ask to be seen in what you are processing and what you are experiencing. Because my God, it will shift so much quicker. You do not need to sit and suffer in it and process it and overanalyze it and mince it to death in your head and your mental cognitive brain. By being witnessed, you cut down the process. You are being held by those around you, and the support alone makes a huge difference to diminishing the hold that that negative thought pattern has on you. So I hope that that has given you some food for thought about where you are at and how you process your own fears, negative self-beliefs and thought patterns. And the next time somebody reaches out to you or asks you to hold space for them or to witness them in whatever it may be, to not underestimate the power of that, and in return to do the same for yourself when you are processing something. Even if it's just to shift a fear of rehearsing a new speech, a poem, a dance, to be seen doing something physical, mental, emotional, sexual, whatever it is, the power of being witnessed is enormous and not to be underestimated. Thank you for listening and coming along tonight. Much love, and I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye.